Habituation. Practices commonly accepted as norms, such as having 3 meals a day, offering cigarettes to guests, kowtowing when worshipping Buddha, men marrying when grown, women marrying when of age, seeking doctors when ill, apprenticing under a master for knowledge, etc. Fixed patterns. The epistemology and methodology of life and the universe, shaped by conventional knowledge. Examples include, learning should be progressive, seeking knowledge requires logical thinking without imaginative ideas or reversing established practices, raising children to secure old age, accepting fate for life and death, wealth is determined by destiny, scholars accepting poverty, learning to become sages, officials maintaining loyalty to the state, etc. Secularization. This refers to an attitude devoid of justice and aesthetics, displayed for personal gain. For example, fawning over the rich, avoiding the poor, endless admiration for the wealthy, full of praise, wagging tails, showing a haughty and contemptuous attitude towards the poor, indifferent, showing respect to those who get out of high-end cars, full of smiles, sneering at those who drive cattle carts, coldly indifferent. Vulgarization. Mediocre and vulgar, not very noble behavior. For example, quoting classics whenever opening the mouth, saying I've heard so much about you when meeting celebrities, overly humble, deliberately mysterious, using professional vocabulary that is not easy for ordinary people to understand in order to show off one's knowledge, all flattering smiles, flattering words, humble postures, unnatural, uncoordinated dress and so on. To embrace mundane is to regard the above vulgarities as normal phenomena, human nature, not to interfere, not to correct, let them breed and spread, emerge of itself and perish of itself. The people of the secular society live for these things, their daily hustle and bustle, a lifetime of hard pursuit is for this, their value and meaning of life are measured by these worldly standards, their pain is in it, and happiness and joy are also in it. To transcend mundane is to look down on the world from the height of a celestial, just like a person observing the activities of ants. To transcend mundane is to gradually distance oneself from worldly people and things, gradually get rid of the entanglement of worldly affairs. To transcend mundane is to stand in the position of Buddha, to see through the red dust, to see through life. To transcend mundane is to stand in the eternal space-time, to look at the changes in the instantaneous space. Time. To get rid of a bit of vulgarity is to add a bit of chic, to reduce a bit of vulgarity is to add a bit of elegance, to reduce a bit of human heart is to add a bit of Buddha nature. Less worldly affairs add more leisure, one step away from the worldly world is one step closer to the fairyland. Once you are completely unworldly, you will become a celestial being. To be unworldly requires great wisdom and long-term practice, fruits fall off when ripe. When water flows, a channel is formed. When the work is done, it will naturally succeed. If you force yourself to be unworldly or deliberately pretend to be unworldly, not only will you not be unworldly, but you will be more worldly. If you have the opportunity to climb a mountain once, to appreciate the infinite scenery of nature, or to go to the vast desert to feel the vastness of the world, or to go to the Gobi, the grassland to enjoy the vastness of the world, or to go to the dense forest to experience the mystery and greatness of nature, you will understand the heroic feelings of being free from worldly troubles. If you have the opportunity to listen to a few more concerts, or cultivate your habit of appreciating music, over time, it can also help you transcend the worldly. If you have the chance to spend some time with high monks in temples, high masters in Taoist temples, hermits in mountains and fields, real musicians, literary masters, scientists, you can also get the feeling of being unworldly. The fragrance of books can also drive away vulgarity. 8. Engaging and disengaging with the world. Engaging with the world means immersing oneself in human society, deeply experiencing the daily life, tasting the various flavors of life, and feeling the intense emotions of love, hate, separation, and reunion. It involves enduring the torments of hope, desire, disappointment, and despair, the joy of success and acquisition, the humiliation and grief of being deceived, bullied, intimidated, exploited, enslaved, ruined, ridiculed, insulted, and beaten. It means enduring the agony of failure, bankruptcy, and desperate situations, the confusion of unclear direction and uncertain future, the anxiety of being debt-ridden and harassed by creditors, the frustration of being cheated in love, having money stolen, being betrayed by comrades or colleagues, and the resentment when good intentions are met with malice. It involves enduring the pain of chronic illness with no cure in sight, the frustration of being misunderstood and unfairly treated, the reflections on life when besieged by demands, critiques, extortion, kidnapping, and threats to safety after achieving fame, establishing a family, or acquiring wealth. It means feeling the sorrow of depending on others when destitute, the loneliness of being far from home and unable to visit family, and the bitterness of old age without filial piety from children.